Hey! Morning, everyone. York, Rick, Ruthless, Nightcat, Renato. I was trying to wait until I got this actually in and installed and up and running, but I'm not seeing. Right, beginner, intermediate have gone. Steam is telling me that the DLC Pack 4 is installed. However, you can only see 23 and 24 seasons. So if you click on 24 season, you don't see the new cars. So I don't know what's going on at the moment. Steam definitely says it's installed, but you can't seem to use them for some unknown reason. So I'm not sure what's going on yet. They've taken away the online stuff for the dailies, for the beginner and intermediate. Advanced is still there, which obviously I can't go into. And you can't even set your own race up because the cars just aren't there. So rather than leave you lot sitting around on the welcome screen, I thought I'd start the stream off. See, you've got 23 and 24 season. You can't see it because the new cars aren't in there. They're not there. That's just the different liveries. But yeah, when I look at Steam, it says it's already in my library. It says I've already got it. Yeah, it says I've already got it. But I don't know exactly what's going on. Yeah, I tried that. I'll try it again. Give me a chance to strap in as well. So going to DLCs, I can see it's there and it says I already have it. It's been released. Morning, Terry. Yeah, I'm not seeing it at the moment. I'm not getting to see the new cars. I keep restarting Steam and you've got the new logos on there. Oh. So we're in the game. There you go. All 4 packs in one. That tells you about the ones before. I go into race weekend. I can only select 23 or 24 season. So if you go to 24 season, the new GT3s are not there. They're not there. Oh, good point. I can try restarting Steam, I suppose, but I Close Steam down then and restart it. All right. Okay, what we got? Any of that crap? Good down. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, it's updating. Okay, cool. Right, let's get strapped in. Yeah, it's on 10% now. So I had to restart Steam. Well, that's a bit silly. So I could have already been showing you the new cars then. Huh. You get to watch the fun and games I have getting in my belt while it's downloading. Right, let's loosen this strap so I make sure I get it in. Oh, get in, you bastard. There we go. We're in. 39%. 39%. $49%. Motorhead. Morning, sir. Mr. D-Man. 57%. It's really silly that you have to restart Steam for it to actually download the game. Let's get rid of that because we don't need that anywhere. 99%. Download's complete. Let's go. Let's have a look then. Morning, David. Right, have we got it this time? Yeah, mine says it's updated now, so let's have a look. We finally changed my name. Oh, looks like we are. Race weekend. Still only got 24 season, but presumably it'll put the cars in. What track do I? Imola. Imola or Spa? Let's go Spa. Hey, here we go. Right. Let's have the Porsche to start with. It's got to be the Porsche. What different liveries have we got? We've got the choice of two. That's a bit shit. So we've got an orange one and a white one. Let's go with this one then. Bit of practice around Spa. Tyre warmers on. Fuel usage down to normal. Let's have a look. Who could guess I'd start with a Porsche? Let's turn that preview off, don't need that on. Alright, so what can we do? There are no setups, we know that. Has Coach Dave? No. Has Coach Dave got setups? No! No! I wish they'd get rid of that. So you can't exit out the game. Yes, it does. Yeah. Let's try this again. Yes, it does give you access to all the DLCs. It's the cheapest way to get them at the moment. Alright, no exiting out of it this time. It's so easy to do when you go into setups to actually exit out of the game. Alright, so there's a Coach Dave setup. Let's go with that then. Start driving. We're in the Porsche. I thought we put tyre warmers on. Oh, I know what I haven't done. My eagerness to start this game. Where's my mouse gone? Come on, get over there. Shift lights will need to go back up to 95. We need to be on LMU profile. There we go. Right, eventually.
The track temperature's
right, so this will be interesting with the new tyre model. I've got cold tyres. Let's see how easy it is to get out of the pits. Because this is a hard one. Okay, yeah, that does steer much easier out of the pits with the cold tyres. Still doesn't steer up a rouge with cold tyres. Oh, I wonder if I'm covering up the overlays. I am as well, aren't I? So I've got my own custom overlays. Let's just move that over. I have my own one. Here, let's just chuck it up there for now. That'll do. So what's changed in the overlay then? We've got a tyre widget. With damage. The tyres warm and give it a run. Alright, so you can see what tyres you're on. Not sure I'm liking the sound of the Porsche, to be honest. I've heard mixed reviews of the people who had early access to it. Some people said it sounded nice. Other people said it sounded like a hairdryer. Right. So apart from the yeah, it sounds... doesn't sound the best, I must admit. Does not sound the best. I think it would grow on me. Certainly not the best sounding Porsche I've heard. Why will it not turn up a rouge?
Okay, Paul, you need to watch the track limits.
Ah, be quiet, Jim. The actual HUD menu down the bottom left is the same. It's a handful like Porsches are in other games. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have many choices of colours. But yeah, it's nice to have a GT3 Porsche in game. That's for sure. It's definitely a bit of a handful. Yeah, it's not going round there flat either. Well, it's nice to have a Porsche in game. It definitely doesn't turn as well. And it's not because the tyres are cold, because they're warm. Let's try a Rouge one more time. Yeah, it does. It doesn't sound right, does it? That was a bit late on the braking. So Rouge on LMU is pretty simple, flat out. I seem to be struggling in the Porsche. Okay. So maybe the steering angle is slightly different.
This lap, track limits.
Maybe the steering angle is slightly different on the Porsche. Alright, that's enough of that. Quite some damage. Yeah, a little damage widget down the bottom.
The bodywork's in pretty bad shape. We might
So
need to
have
fix
we
that.
got... Oh, can we not jump out of the car like you can? No. Must be able to. Huh. Oh well. There's the Porsche. Yeah. Not, I suppose this will be the best way to get a look at it. Looks good though. I like the look of it. What about the damage? Do you get to see damage? Doesn't look like it. Oh, the wing. So the wing came off. Is that front? Is the front? Oh, the front is dented. Yeah. So they've got damage on it. Cool. Yeah. So not the easiest thing to drive, I don't think. That felt quite difficult to drive. I'm sure I'd get used to it. The turning circle seemed not as tight as other cars. We'll stay on Spa. And you only get two choices of livery for the Porsche. You have a gold one and a white one. Let's go for the Aston or the Ford. Let's go for the Mustang. I've got a few more liveries for this one. I quite like the black one myself. Tyre warmers. Oh, let's leave them off. I do. Let's get in. So yeah, so the Porsche is bit of a handful, I would say. You want to see the Aston? Yeah, I'm saving the Aston till last because I've got to drive that. Don't know if there are any Coach Dave setups, but anyway. That'll do. Let's go. Okay, that sounds better. That sounds better than the Porsche anyway. Yeah, it sounds much better than the Porsche. Yeah, I'm saving that till last Ruthless because I'm going to have to practice the Aston, aren't I?
Your brakes are cold.
It's certainly easier to get out of the pit lane. This feels like I'm sitting down in this car a bit too much for my liking.
The track temp's increasing. It's now.
Oh god, that one's even worse than the
Celsius.
Porsche. Can I move myself up? That's better. Yeah, so I think you sit a little bit too low in the Mustang. It'll be interesting because I've never got on with any Mustang in any other sim title. This one is a lot more floaty going around the track than the Porsche was. But already I can tell you this is a lot easier to drive than the Porsche. Much easier than the Porsche. It still sounds... There's a... How do I describe it? There's like a fake sound when it gets to the top of the rev limiter. You have a listen. You can hear it going down here, hang on. Hear that? Slightly... That slight fake sounding noise. Tyres are taking an eternity to heat up. But yeah, this turns much better than the Porsche. Much easier. Hey, Tony. Yeah, this is easier to drive than the Porsche. Way easier. The tyre model I could definitely feel coming out of the pit lane. Where before, especially at Spa, you had to be going really slow to make it out of the pit lane. This one, yeah, it has improved slightly, but I don't know about the rest of the tyre model yet. I'm not sure if temperatures make a difference. Quite like the Ford, actually. See me having a drive of this one. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely easier to drive than the Porsche. I will jump back in the Porsche again afterwards just to make sure that I wasn't doing something really silly. But yeah, I quite like this one. Yeah, look how easy it's making that turn. The Porsche struggled. Oh, you don't like the Aston? Yeah, much easier. Much easier to drive. Much easier to drive. So we can do some proper damage to this one. Right. Let's have a look at that. That's a properly bent wheel. Properly bent wheel, that one.
There, mate. Bodywork looks pretty fucked.
Let's have a little look at it. Yeah, I like the Mustang. Definitely like it. What damage model we got on this? Oh yes. Well, yeah, yes and no. There is damage there, but it is. Oh, I missed it. It is very minimal. Change camera view. Yeah, there's a slight crumpling. So yeah, they need to work on their damage model a little bit. But it does show damage, but not immensely. Well, so far, I prefer the Mustang. Yeah, the damage indicator is really good. I have got quite a lot of the in-game HUD turned off, actually. I can't remember where the in-game HUD is now. Where is the HUD? Full normal. Yeah, I've got the sector timings off. Oh, that's the only one I have off. Okay. Alright. Let's go in the Aston then. Yeah, I do like the damage. Tiny Pedal does have a damage model. For Le Mans. But it isn't that great. So, Aston. Oh, we've got blue or green. Well, it has to be green, isn't it, being an Aston? Hey, Dan. How you doing? Yeah, that tyre widget is better than they had before, but I'll still be turning that on, off, and using the tiny pedal one. So you see the tiny pedal one is the one where you've got temperatures and everything. I know you can get it. I know you can get it in there. But I prefer the tiny pedal one. But the damage indicator will be handy. So we'll keep their tyre model on for that. This seems to be sitting low as well. Oh God, that is turning tight. That is really low. That's better. So that's position 21. Seat position. Oh, we've got full fuel as well. Right, so how... Right there, that's... Even that...
Take it easy.
You can feel that you can turn out of that pit lane easier than you could do before.
24 Celsius.
This one already feels like a serious handful to steer. So early impressions, I like the Mustang. But that's very, very early impression. Yeah, this is... I'll tell you what this reminds me of. The handling of this reminds me of the Corvette. Which was not great. But let's see what it's like when the tyres are heated up. The tyres are heating up quicker than they did in the Mustang. Yeah, much quicker. I mean, in the Mustang, the tyres were still cold after the first lap. We're only halfway round this one. Or did I have the tyre warmers on? I could have had the tyre warmers switched on. Very true. Sound-wise, I'm not sure about that, Ruthless. Given the choice at the moment, on first impressions, I'd have the Mustang all day long. Oh, yeah. It doesn't brake as well as the Porsche or the Mustang either. So the brakes aren't as tight as the Porsche or the Mustang. Yeah, look, I mean, that's way before I normally brake, and that wasn't early enough. Tyres are still cold. Okay, no, that's a Rouge flat out. That's the best one through a Rouge so far. Really should try and push all these in a sec and see what sort of lap times I can get out of them. Sound-wise, I think I prefer the Aston. The Mustang is nice, but it's got that weird fake noise at the top of the rev range. Where this one hasn't got that. The Porsche, I'll agree with other people who reviewed and had early access. The Porsche does sound like a hairdryer. They've not nailed the Porsche well at all. That's inside the car. Yeah, Motorhead, don't forget this is inside the car though. And I do know they've tried to mute the sounds when you're inside the car to make it more realistic. Yeah, it doesn't stop as quick. Nowhere near as quick does this stop as the other two. Tyres are still cold. We'll have a listen to what they all sound like outside as well. But it's been the easiest car to get up a Rouge flat out, that's for sure. And I am running full fuel. I guess the damage model will be no different in this car than the rest of them. That's a bit more damage on that one. Oh, God, that nearly broke my wrist. Forgot to let go of the steering wheel.
Your suspension's completely knackered. There's nothing we can do there.
Alright, let's have a little watch of the old... want to be on the wing. Oh, why can't I get chase cam? Ooh, that sounded nice. Yeah, it sounds nice outside the car. Damage model, yeah, it's... In fact, I don't think they've got any... I've lost the wheel. Yeah, they've got no damage model at all on the Aston yet. The Porsche and the Mustang crumpled up at the front slightly, but not great. Why can I not get... Oh, there's a chase one, so I can hear it properly. I did, yeah, and the damage was next to nothing. There's not even, yeah, it lost the wheel. What else did it do? Did it do anything else? I don't think it did. I think all it did is lost the wheel. And I think we had a few scratches on the rear right wing. I think that's all it ended up with. Yeah, there's some scratches on the rear right wing. Look at that. But that was it. And it lost the wheel. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is not return to garage. What is my best time at Spa? Find out. It's not great. It's 220 in the Ferrari. 220.5. Right, so go back to the Porsche. Stay at Spa. Let's see what times I can get. Yeah, not liking the colours. We'll choose this one this time. Tyre warmers on. I'll see if I can beat 220. Yeah, it lost the wing, but that was it. If you scrub back, the Aston and the Porsche, they were crumpled up at the front really slightly. The Aston seemed to have a few scratches on the back. That was it. So there is a Coach Dave set up. 100%. I'm still going to run with it. So let's go down to 4.3 laps. Let's see what we get out of this. Oh, what's it done to my wheel? It is straight. Yeah, see, that turns so easily from standstill than the Aston. I don't think the tyre warmers have done much. It's definitely easier getting out of here. Look how much better it turns out of the pit lane.
Your brakes are cold, let's get some heat into them. The track temp's increasing. It's now 24 Celsius.
Yeah, handling wise, this is a handful. So I'll warm these tyres up and see what sort of lap times I can get. Yeah, this one will be the more engaging drive, I think. I might change my mind on the Porsche, actually. So is there a default steering ratio? In LMU, if you set the steering ratio up to the same as your wheelbase, and then there's an option you can tick to let the game change everything else so that it fits with the cars, so you don't have to mess around with steering, as far as I understand it. In-game then does it for you, but could be wrong. Oh no, I changed my mind. I don't know what I was doing the first time I jumped in the Porsche. It definitely steers well. Right, I don't expect to get anywhere near my PB, but we'll see what we can do. I'll put the same fuel in all the cars and I'll see which one comes out on top. I'm not making that. That was me, not the car.
The track limits, please, Paul.
That wasn't the car, that was me. I was not making that in any car. Yeah, much more used to the Porsche. The way that it drives, the way that it handles, where you need to brake, where to steer. The other ones I think would take me some practice, he says as he loses it. The other two would take me a bit of practice to get used to, I think. Well, at least we've got the tyres warm. Yeah, she is definitely a handful. But it is catchable, which I have found in LMU anyway. When you lose a car, it's much easier to catch it than in other sim titles. Right, let's have another go then. Not making it again. That's me, not the car.
Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
Right, let's ignore we didn't make the turn. Is it going to show me a time though? It's not, is it? Yes, it is. Make it rain? Oh, you sadist. Yeah, the Porsche definitely suits my driving style, which I was pretty convinced it would do anyway. You can chuck this car around. So I'll ignore the fact that I didn't make a rouge, and I'll see what this lap time is. Or maybe I won't. Right, so I can't get a clean lap. It's funny, isn't it? First impressions, I didn't like the Porsche. Second go in it. Yeah, I like it. Let's see if that's the same for the rest of them. I'm not going to make it rain, Motorhead, no. Aston or Ford? We'll go back to the Ford. Drive the taxi. But I'm guessing that if you like the Ford in ACC, you're going to like it in this. I could not get on with the Ford in ACC at all. Coach Dave does have a setup. Just saw the rear wing change. Put the same amount of fuel in. I don't think we put tyre warmers on this time though, did I? Can you hear it? It's got that fake, like, a really, really fake noise. Yeah, I didn't put the tyre warmers on, did I? Heat them up as much as I can. See, under the old model, there's no way you'd have got out of that pit lane at that speed. It just wouldn't have turned at all.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 24 Celsius.
Yeah, jumping from the Porsche into this is a big difference. I know the tyres are still cold. Let's try and heat them up a bit. Yeah, synthetic. That's the word I was looking for, Dan. Thank you. Sounds like a computer-generated sound rather than a real sound. Yeah. I mean, I know they're all probably computer-generated, but this one you can really, really tell. But it's nice to drive, I must admit. I think I'd get on better with this than I would the one in ACC. Definitely. I don't mind the sound of this until it reaches that point there. I don't know what you guys think. Till it reaches that top end where you need to change, it sounds alright. Doesn't sound brilliant, but it sounds alright. Right, so I can set a lap in this then. Not the best exit. Didn't make that either.
Okay, Paul, we need to watch these track limits.
I'll jump in the Ferrari in a sec just to see if it's me and how I'm driving today that I can't get up a rouge. But yeah, it's nice to drive. I could drive this. Yeah, I could definitely drive this one. The tyre model I'm not so sure on yet. You can feel it coming out of the pits. Definitely. Because around Spa, anyone who's driven on LMU knows that the pit exit out of Spa is impossible on cold tyres. You have to be driving so slow to make it out of the pit lane, whereas this you could actually steer out. Hey Yaki! So yeah, I can feel a change. As to how big the change is, driving, tyre wear, etc., I don't know. I think you'd need to really test that out in a race. But there's definitely changes and you can feel them. Definitely easier to steer on cold tyres. I quite like it in this Mustang, I can't lie.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Got enough fuel for this lap. Just make it round a Rouge full. Come on, what's wrong with you? Oh, fuck off.
5 minutes, this lap will be deleted. Pit crew is ready.
Arseholes. I can't, it's gonna see a lap time anywhere. No. Right, so is it me? I've got to try the Bentley first again. The Aston, I mean. I'll just go for the Aston one more time, and then I'll jump in the Rari and see if I can make it around a Rouge or whether it's me. Yeah, I'd love the Nissan. Why have they not got a Nissan? Right, back in the Aston. Go for the blue one this time. Tyre warmers on. I wonder if you can set that to be on all the time by default. Right decision. If you hadn't guessed already, Ruthless is a bit of an Aston fan. Nothing seems to change then when you clicked. Coach Dave's setup. Oh, there is a setup there though. Okay, so he has got a setup in here. Go back to 4 laps just to be fair. Right. Yeah, it's definitely a lot harder to get out of the pit box. Did the seat position change? No, it changed. It didn't change. Cool. Yeah, you do sit very high in it. I have to lower it quite a lot. So this first corner here, you're not making it at that speed normally. Yeah, how it was before. So there's definitely been changes.
Cold, be careful. The track temperature's rising. It's now 23 Celsius.
Oh, there we go. That was simple. That was with cold tyres. That track map is mine. The full track map is mine. So what's my overlays are the timing at the top middle. What else is mine? The weather widget is mine, and the tyre one with the temps and the fuel laps underneath it is mine. That's not in game. Yeah, sorry. I should have probably turned them off so you could see what was game and what wasn't. And you can see both mirrors in this car. I didn't look in the other ones. Yeah, they run through SimHub, but they're not SimHub's own ones. They're built by other people, but they do run through SimHub. You're right, Jackie. Oh, they're in my Discord page under LMU section. If you want to know where they are to download them, try them for yourself. So I still prefer my tyre one than the in-game tyre one, but at least their tyre model now has damage on, so I'd probably keep them both on. What do you mean, Jorg? The overlays? Yeah, that's why I use my own, Rick. Because you can't tell where the cars are on the small one. Or the corners. Yeah, Jorg, if you want the overlays, just go into my Discord. On the LMU section, I think it's in tips and tricks. And it will show you where the downloads are for them. Yeah, you definitely have to brake a little bit sooner in this than the other cars.
These track limits, please, Paul.
I like them all, actually. All the new cars I quite like. They're different. They handle differently. Drive differently. I like them. I think I'd have to do some lot longer testing to work out which one I prefer. But for a big boat, this doesn't turn too bad, to be fair. Quite like it. Doesn't quite get around there flat out. Oh yeah, you're driving the Bongo World Series, Jackie, aren't you? The brakes, yeah, definitely aren't as good in this. Definitely not as sharp. You have to brake a bit earlier. In the Aston, 100% you have to brake earlier. Let me just leave this on a replay while I keep on follow cam. While I just disappear for a couple of minutes. Jump back in the Rari. Let's see what sort of times I can set compared to the Rari today. Back in a bit, guys. So I don't know, which one do you like the look of the best? I mean, Ruthless, don't bother answering because I know what you're going to say. And what one are you looking forward to trying? Again, Ruthless, don't bother answering. Well, you don't get to see the faff I have to do. I normally go on a be right back screen while I'm doing this. There we go. The trouble with this 5-point harness is when you're trying to put the last one in, because I tend not to loosen them and retighten them. When you're trying to put the last one in, if you don't get it in and it locks, you then have to undo all the rest and start again. Aston all day long, says Motorhead. David says he loves the Aston. Try all three, yep. I agree with that. Right, I don't know whether should I stay at Spa? Because I seem to be struggling with a Rouge. Let me just... I'll just jump in the Rari, see if I can make it up a Rouge without troubles I've been having. Siri thinks I'm talking about blusher for some reason. Right, let me go. Just jump back in one of these old tatty cars. Oh, the Rari. Ugh. Tyre warmers on. No, there's no new tracks. There are new variations. I'll show you them in a second. I know they've got the Sebring School Circuit, which is the shorter course. And a couple of others. I think Le Mans is there without the chicanes. I suppose, to be fair, I should stay in the Coach Dave setup rather than mine. Just to keep it fair. Because it could be something to do with Coach Dave's setup. But let's see if I can make a Rouge in the car that I drive. Straight away, that turns out of there much easier than the Mustang or the Aston. Much easier. Yeah, Fuji's there without the double hairpin, yeah. Yeah, I'll just have a quick couple of laps here. Yeah, cold tyres, it turns out of there so much better.
The brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them.
Oh.
Track temperature's rising. It's now 24 Celsius.
Yeah, I'll have a look at all the new layouts. I'll show you all them after just a couple of laps around here. Hey, Marshall! And it would be unfair to compare lap times to the Ferrari because I'm used to the Ferrari. Where to brake, where to turn, where to accelerate, so that would be a bit of an unfair comparison. Yeah, the new update is great. I was just struggling with the Rouge, so I'm just jumping in the Ferrari to see whether it's me or the cars. It's probably me, to be fair. Yeah, all the cars are great, aren't they? I've been in all of them. First go in the Porsche, I didn't like it. The second go in the Porsche, I liked it. Oh! Don't hit that curb, Paul. Don't hit a wall. We hit a wall. Great. So I still can't even do that. Right, bollocks to that then.
You've had quite a lot of aero damage. You might need to come in and get it
Ah,
fixed.
be quiet. Be quiet, Jim. So, yeah, so the tracks you can get. Okay. Where are the dailies? Ruthless? Jackie, do you know yet? Do you know where the dailies are? Where the co-op race is going to be? Have a look, probably. Is it Monza? I don't know. I was going to try and go around that track. Yeah, that didn't go too well, David, did it? Beginner is Fuji and Sebring. Oh, yeah, they're the dailies. I'm in the co-op race that I've got a race with Jackie and Rufus this week. So, tracks. Someone mentioned tracks. So, Imola, no change. In Spa, you've got the endurance circuit and the default. The endurance circuit looks like it changes a rouge slightly. Le Mans, I know you've got where it takes away the two S's on the straight. They haven't updated it yet. Okay. Yeah, I won't do Spa. I will do a different track. I'm just showing what tracks there are. So, yeah, Le Mans, you've got two kinks taken out of the long straight. So that'll be fun for the hypers. Doesn't look anything different on this one. Okay, yep, yeah. So this one is Cota's different as well. It takes away the long last bit on the end. That's a shorter circuit. Fuji takes away that horrible kink, which is good. Oh, Bahrain, you've got default, you've got an endurance circuit, an outer circuit, and a paddock circuit. So you've got 4 layouts for Bahrain. So what do we do? I did that one, didn't I? Interlagos, Bahrain. Fuji, yeah, we said about Fuji. Sebring has got the school layout. There was one more I didn't look at. Must have been. So there are all the variations of the tracks. Which one should we do? Let's go to Imola. We'll go to Imola. So, Imola. Best times at Imola. They're not great, I must admit. 146. 146.9. $146.9. Okay. So let's go for the Porsche. As I'm a Porsche fan. I'm gonna try Monza. Yeah, I've just picked Imola. Let's have a go around here. Again, we'll stick with the Coach Dave setup. Go for 4 laps and let's go. See what sort of time I can do around here. So hopefully, to start with, we can get it round safely. But yeah, I do like the Porsche, I must admit. I didn't like it the first time I jumped in it. So when you do get this update and you jump in each car, make sure you jump in each car more than once. Because my first impression of the Porsche, I hated it. The cars do drive much better on cold tyres.
Air and track temperatures are rising. Air temp is now 19. The track temperature is now 27 Celsius.
Maybe we should have picked this track instead of Spa for the first little test. Yeah, very easy to catch. Yeah, I got tyre warmers. I got it turned on for this one. It doesn't heat them up fully though, Yaki. Takes a bit of coldness out of them. Oh, the brakes in the Porsche are definitely nice. Very sharp. I think you can brake later in the Porsche. The sound isn't the greatest though, I have to admit. Which seemed to be the consensus of opinion of most of the people that had early access. There was a couple of them that said the Porsche sounded lovely. I mean, what the fuck they were listening to, I've got no idea. Because I can tell you right now, it doesn't sound lovely. You can hear it. I mean, the whine on the downshifts is nice, but yeah, this is a tricky car to handle. It's definitely doing Porsche things. Oh yeah, didn't notice that. I see that, yep, you're right. It has a track map on the dash. I know a couple of the cars have track maps on the sun visor. Yeah, but you can't tell where you are though. It's just a track map to show you nothing moves around.
2 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright, let's have a go. That was too late. Yeah, they do somewhere, don't they? You're right. Yeah, it's a lot harder to get through there. You have to be pointing the car.
You've used half your fuel.
Before you brake.
Sector 1,
Typical Porsche.
Slower than your best.
Yeah, the new tyre model, I can feel that the cars do steer much easier when they're cold tyres. That's about all I can tell so far.
Track limits, they'll invalidate this lap.
Track limits are still tight on here, I see. Yep. Well, you can brake so much later. Well, if it weren't for the track cuts, it's going to be a low 148.
This is the last lap of
They call it 148 dead.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Yeah, you're right, York. They are. They are on different cars in different places. Yeah, the braking is... You have to, like, when you come through that S, you can't be on the brakes when you're not steering straight. That's for sure. I did notice that. Hey! Yoki! Thank you, kind sir, for the subscription. Very nice to have you here. So where were we? Aston. Come on then, let's go Aston. Back in the Aston since I saw Ruthless's name. Staying at Imola. Into the Aston. Don't like any of the colours of the cars. They should have a like an in-game feature where you can spin around the car here and have a look at it. That would be nice. You know, like all the other sim titles have. Tyre warmer's on. You have to keep turning that on, I have noticed. That defaults to off. Whether you can change that in the settings to have it on all the time, I don't know. Maybe you can. All for you, this Ruthless. All for you. Well, that is definitely... I just had a glance up there. 17 people. Wow, at one time. I think that's blowing my record out the water. I think it was 14 before. But to be expected, a new release. Yeah, it's not got quite as tight a turning circle. Might even have to move forward a bit in this one. I would say out of the three,
We need to get some heat into these brakes.
this is the best sounding one out of the new cars. That's just my opinion. From a sound point of view
The track temps
only,
increasing. It's now 37 Celsius.
this is the best sounding out of the three new cars, in my opinion. And probably the easiest to drive as well. Yeah, I would say this is the easiest one to drive out of the three. By far. It's much easier than the Porsche to chuck through there. Don't know whether you need to use first gear in this car or not, though. Yeah, they do sound different from the outside. That is one thing I will say. My driving has been pretty shit today, but... So that was a 148 flat in the Porsche. You think so, Jord? I think the Mustang sounds awful. Especially at the top end, it sounds really... You definitely have to brake sooner. The brakes are not as sharp as the Porsche. It sounds... what did Dan say earlier? Synthetic. No, not synthetic. What was the word you used, Dan? About the Mustang sounding? But it definitely... It's nice to know that they're all different. Synthetic, yeah. This is the easiest one out of the three to drive. By a long way. But the brakes aren't as sharp. So you have to brake slightly earlier than you do in other cars, or at least I'm finding that anyway. I haven't got my shift lights set up right because I think they might be slightly out, but just to be able to jump in the car, yeah, you have to brake a lot earlier there. So your braking points are different. But for ease of driving, this is the easiest one to drive. And I have to admit,
make 3 laps of fuel left.
It's the best sounding out of the three as well. I mean, that was much earlier than I would normally brake. So 148 flat was the Porsche, ignoring the off tracks. And I know I'm not shifting in the right points because the shift lights are set up for the Ferrari.
Watch the track limits, please, Paul.
Be quiet, Jim. I'll make up my own track limits, thank you. Well, looking at the relative board, this is quicker than the Porsche. And I certainly haven't made a faultless drive by far. Plenty of mistakes in that lap. And that's going to be a 147.6, so 4 tenths. 4 tenths up on the Porsche. I actually think I could get this under 147. Oh, I messed it up. Damn it. It's the gear change. The gearing is very different, as you'd expect.
This lap won't count, you've cut the track.
Right, well, even though there was track limits and plenty of mistakes, I would say that that is a quicker car than the Porsche for me early doors without lots of practice. Don't want to go to the garage. So that was a 147.6 with track cuts. And finally the Ford. So this is the first look at all the different cars. And there's another one. Hey! Oh, now look, we've got royalty in the house. Royalty has arrived. Mr. Carrillo, sir. I still like the black. The black one for me, I think, staying. Tyre one was on. So 146, what did I say? 147.6, didn't I? 147.6. And how does that stack up to my PB? Well, I shouldn't get anywhere near my PB. I'll tell you what, that's not far off. 146.9 is my personal best. I think with a couple more laps, I could smash that with the Aston. In honesty. Yep, one is here. See, this sounds nice here. When you get to the point where it wants to change gear, it does sound nasty. Maybe you unsubbed and then resubbed. No idea, one, but you're here now. Can you hear what? Do you see what I mean? You've got that really unrealistic, like a metallic-y electric car sound.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 37 Celsius.
As the pitch changes of the engine, you can hear it. It doesn't sound nice at all. But both of these cars definitely easier to drive than the Porsche. How does the bot work? At the moment, the only bot I know of is on the virtual energy. So it limits the time you can stay on track, so everyone has to pit pretty much at the same time. But both this and the Aston are easier to drive than the Porsche, but that was to be expected. You just know that every daily race from now on, all week, is going to be full of Mustangs, especially as it's a free one. So everyone has access to the Mustang. The Porsche and the Aston are behind the paid DLC 4-pack. Whoa, that was a funny bit of steering under braking then. It's got that Porsche sensation under braking, that if you're not steering straight under braking, you've had it. It'll snake around. That's track limit.
Okay, Paul, we need to watch these track limits.
There's another track limit. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I do like it. I much prefer this than the one in ACC. I couldn't get on with the Mustang in ACC. To be fair, I could drive all three of these. I wouldn't be fazed by which one I picked. Right, come on. Let's do a clean lap, see what sort of time it does. A little lift there.
We need to watch these track limits.
For my purposes, Jim, fuck the track limits. As long as they're not horrendous. But this could be a sub 147. It's got the potential. Yep. So in that really quick and dirty test on speed for lap times, I lost 3/10 there, but that was a sub 147. So that's the quickest. Have I got one more lap? Yeah, I'm going to try and do clean laps now. That's the quickest out of the three with track cuts.
Acknowledged. Pit stop requested.
Come on. So there's a little snaking under braking.
Pit crew's ready.
This isn't quite as quick as the last lap, but messed that up completely. Cost a lot of time. But on first looks at speed-wise, oh, this is fucking track limit.
Please, Paul.
So far, that's the quickest. By some quite considerable margin, actually. Yeah, I mean, that's a 46.8 with a very, very minute track cut and a mistake in there. And that is... that beats my PB in the Ferrari. So the Mustang is definitely the quickest for me here. They're going to try again. Fucking resume. Idiot. I'm going to try again in the other cars, but that was the quickest. So that was a minute track cut and a 146.8. Let's go back in the Bentley. Yeah, I honestly think, Motorhead, and I've said this for a month or two now, this sim is the future. By far. By far. The physics are better. The netcode's better. It just needs a few more tracks, I think. The choice of cars is better. You've got your in-game, like your in-game LFM. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with this. I mean, at the start, I was quite worried that it wouldn't make it with all the hassle of, you know, running out of money and having to sell off. But as a sim, with my limited knowledge, this is by far, without doubt, the way to go. By far. Yeah, I agree, Ruthless. All the way. Right, so I have a clean lap here then. Yeah, these two are much easier to drive than the Porsche, that's for sure.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 32 Celsius.
The tyre warmer model is great because the tyres do warm up within a lap. What did you do? You got a warning from Nightbot for what? Swearing? Was it swearing, Declan? Oh, you know what sort of clean channel this is? We don't have no fucking swearing here. Yeah, I thought I turned the swearing off, actually. I thought I took the swearing off. I thought the only things that you couldn't do was links, capital letters. Maybe the swearing stayed on. Using caps, yeah, using caps is one of them.
34 Celsius.
Yeah. Yeah, caps is definitely one of them. Well, ignore that little track limit.
Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
It's so small, we won't worry about that one. For the purpose of times. Oh, that wasn't great. Yeah, Dan, we'll have no swearing on this channel, please. But yeah, I'm loving all three of these cars. It has to be said. I could drive either of them. The Porsche is the hardest to drive. This and the Mustang, pretty close. The Mustang's brakes are better. This has definitely got the worst brakes out of the three of them. Sound-wise, this one sounds the best by far. The Porsche is the worst sounding by far. Right, let's go. See what we can get. I reckon this will do a 46 quite easy. Oh, you got to brake sooner, Paul. It's so hard to not... When you're so used to braking at a certain point, it's so hard to get out of it. But they all feel lovely to drive. Can't argue with that. We are going to have another lap, so that's good. What's that, Cranky? You know, ACC is definitely not getting any hypers. And they are fun to drive.
Alright, Paul, you need to watch the track limits.
But yeah, definitely, I don't think I'll be driving the Ferrari anymore. It'll be one of these ones. What's that? Ooh, my best car to date. Really hard to say. I haven't spent enough time in these three. But in the little time I've spent in these three knock spots off the other four. 100%. Hands down.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Which one would be my all-time favourite? I don't know, to be honest. I wouldn't mind driving either of them. I'd have to see which ones I was fastest in.
The pit crew is ready.
The Porsche would be the most entertaining to drive. It's the hardest. So far, the Mustang is the quickest. Stay on track. No, it didn't.
This lap will be invalidated. Watch the track limits.
We'll ignore that. So on that really quick and dirty test where we did have track cuts in all the cars. And it looks like the Mustang is going to come out on top for the quickest. Followed very closely by the Aston. That's a 147 dead in the Aston. What was the Stang? 146.6 was in the Mustang. I'll give the Porsche another go. I really want the Porsche to be the quickest, can you tell? But so far it's just not. It's not. Not for me. It's certainly the worst sounding. 100% the worst sounding. Right, last one. I might actually do a few races. Grinding the SR all day tomorrow, yeah. Right. Come on, please be quicker. Please be quicker. It feels quicker. It feels more alive, but it's just... Hey, Terry. Yeah, the Porsche is definitely more twitchy, 100%. I just want this to be the fastest. So far, the Mustang was 146.6.
You've got cold brakes all round. Be careful.
The Aston was a 147. My PB in the Ferrari is 146. Did I say 146.9? But this does feel quicker.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 32 Celsius.
I mean, in reality, you shouldn't have one car quicker than the other, but the way this drives just feels more familiar to me. But that point, that section there is hard because you can't brake. It wants to snap steer you right. It's the hardest to drive out of the three, 100%. but it's the one that feels the most natural to me. But it's whether it's the quickest. And so far, I don't think it is. Not for me. Yeah, the Porsche steer's lovely, but under braking, it's really twitchy. That was too late on the brakes.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 34 Celsius.
So like, that section there is easier in this car because you can just chuck it round. But the other S is harder in this. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right, Cranky. I'll have a go now. Yeah, you're right. Well done. Good spot, sir. Just a little dab on the accelerator and the braking needs more under control. I just want this to be quicker. Please be quicker. Right, come on. Got to beat a 146.6. It does feel so much faster though, but look at that. That's 148. Oh. Held on to it. It's going to be close. Come on, ball. Got to find half a second. No.
Watch the track limits.
I just don't think it is. Even on the lap where... Even on that first lap with cold tyres, it didn't feel that slow. But when I looked at the time, it was 148. Yeah, the Porsche isn't great sounding, I'll admit that. It's the worst sounding out of the three of them. Come on. I feel like I'm having to work hard in this to get the 147 and 146. Whereas the others, it just came naturally.
Fuel on the next lap.
Got enough fuel.
Stop requested.
Slightly too late, but so I don't know what it looks like is the quickest, but
The pit crew is ready.
if I couldn't see the timings and you asked me which one was quickest, I'd say this by miles. But it's not. Hey, another one. I'll get you in a second, sir. Well, I just brutalised that corner. Yes, It's the hardest to drive. It is the hardest to drive. Coming through that section, even touching the accelerator, it just wants to understeer. It wants to snap steer you right. So, on that quick, dirty test, the Mustang is the quickest. I'll show you which section I mean. Yeah, I got headphones on. Who did we miss? Asherman, thank you for your subscription, sir. Jolly decent of you. Just find the section I mean. It's not that one. It's coming up. I missed it. Yeah, it's this bit here. Where you come with this right-hander, and now you brake here for the next right-hander, it just wants to snap steer you right. So that's going to take some practice. You've got to be having that car pointing straight here, because when you brake, look at it, it just wants to pull you over to the right. So I would need time to practice the Porsche. But at the moment, it's the Mustang for me. Yeah, well, it's strange because if you asked me without looking at the timing boards, I'd have said the Porsche was quicker by far, but it's not. And I'd have said that the Mustang and the Aston were the slowest, but they're not. They're the quickest. I don't think there was much in the Aston and the Mustang. I think the Aston had a 146 in it, no problem. The Porsche, I'd need to sort those couple of corners out. I think we could do it. So, just in case anyone is late to the party, the difference in tracks you have is at Monza, you've got it without the first nightmare turn, so it reduces the first right-hand chicane out of the Monza circuit. The Lagos is no different. Bahrain, you've got a lot. You've got the normal, you've got the endurance circuit, an outer circuit, and the paddock. The endurance circuit looks a real tight, twisty track. The outer one would be great with hypers. Le Mans has taken out both chicanes in the straight. And Spa, slight variation on a Rouge and Radeon. Cota's definitely different. You've got a national circuit as well, which looks like it takes out the top right-hand loop. Fuji takes out that nasty chicane when you're coming up to the last corner. And Sebring, you've got the school circuit. So they're the difference in tracks. There are no new track additions at all. But yeah, there it is. There's your first look at all the different cars. Go to Monza. Test the top end speed. If you wanted the top end speed, you'd go to Le Mans, wouldn't you, on the straight? I can do that if you like. Monza. What, and get rid of that horrible turn. I can do that. Right, let's start in the car that I think should win. Yeah, we'll get rid of that horrible S. We'll see what sort of top end speed then. I don't think there'll be much difference in top end speed, if I'm honest. I'm being totally honest. I can't see there being much difference. But we'll find out. But see, just moving the steering wheel very slightly. There's so much more movement in the Porsche.
We need to get some heat into these brakes.
Oh, oh, off the grass, Paul, off the grass. Go around and see what the speed is when we go around the next lap.
Air temperature's now 26. The track temp is now 37 Celsius.
And in just the default setup, yeah, this is the default Coach Dave one, the one that's on there. So that probably isn't the best setup, to be fair. I mean, it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not undrivable. It's the hardest one out of the three to drive, but it's not undrivable by far. No stretch of the imagination is it undrivable. Right, let's see what speed you get up to then. Motorhead, I don't actually think that there'll be any difference in top end speed. In all honesty. What did that reach? 167? I think that got up to 167, didn't it? So you can chuck it around the corners. You can lose control and get it back. 167, yeah. I honestly don't think there'll be any difference. Do you think there'll be a difference? Yeah, Cranky, you're right. Certainly in ACC, the Porsche is harder to drive, but I didn't find it a problem. Right. So 167. I don't think there'll be any difference. Do you really think there'll be a difference in top end speed? And that got to 167 as it was starting the turn right, didn't it? So I think the other cars might get there quicker. I don't think they'll be any faster. We'll go for the Ford. Oh, you think there'll be that much difference? I don't think there will. I think the top speed will be pretty much the same on all three, but maybe the Mustang and the Aston will get there quicker. I think the Mustang and the Aston will reach the 167 before they start turning, in all honesty. Only had 3 laps in, didn't I? Okay, keep it fair, 3.3. But I mean, you look where my seating position is this. I've got this set up. I probably would want to be here.
Let's get some heat into these brakes.
That's position 23.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 37 Celsius.
It doesn't... Don't think it turns as tight as the Porsche. But it's much more stable on track, which you'd expect. Yeah, I think it'll reach the top speed before you get to needing to turn. Wow. So yeah, that was 171. So 171. So, right, it is quicker. I didn't think it would be. There you go. So 171 in the Mustang. What about the Aston? What do you think the Aston will do? Do you think the Aston will be quicker? Soft tyres? Oh, because they heat up quicker. Yeah, this I'm just doing a straight line speed test. So far, the Mustang got to 171. Porsche was at 167. 3.3 I had it on it, like, keep it fair. Yeah, welcome Dara. Right. So the Mustang was 4 miles an hour quicker by the time it got to the bottom end of that straight than the Porsche. With using the coach Dave in-game setup, so. And I've got no idea what wing was set at each car.
Track temperature is increasing. It's now 37 Celsius.
Yeah, the brakes, I keep saying it, the brakes are not as good. You have to brake much earlier in this than you do the Porsche or the Mustang, to be fair. I can't see this topping 171 down the straight. It's funny, this feels the slowest car to drive, but as we already proved round Imola, it was quicker than the Porsche. But it feels slow. I think it's probably the pitch of the engine that makes it sound slow. At the moment, Dara, all I'm doing is using the in-game Coach Dave just to keep it the same for all 3 cars. So it's got to get to 171. It's not doing that. .169. So it's quicker than the Porsche. It's quicker than the Porsche.
Track limits.
Quicker than the Porsche. Right, let's have a look at the brakes then. ABS, what, 3 or 4? We'll go for 3 then. Right, so the ABS is on 3. Yeah, it still doesn't stop any quicker. You just get the feeling of lock-up. So yeah, the brakes just aren't as good on this as the Ford or the Porsche. But they've all got that weird, did you see that? They've all got that weird little twitch to the right under braking.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 39 Celsius.
It doesn't look like they've done anything about the tyre pressures and temperatures though, which is a shame. I mean, if they're not going to do anything with the pressures, why bother having it as a choice in the menu? I suppose what I could do, if I set a track up really cold and see if it does make a difference. So we'll stay with, doesn't really matter what track. Start with the Porsche again. Set this up really cold. Tyre warmer's on. Temperature. Where's temperature? Where's temperature? Road temperature, no. Default time. Ah, weather. I want to set it really cold. Why have we got... Oh, they're the presets. Okay, sorry. Presets for practice, yeah. I want them all down as 15. I can't remember what. Just want to do a little experiment, see if they have changed these at all. I don't think they have, to be honest. Right. Yeah, I did that. I could pick the car, the Porsche. Yep. I went in the advanced options. I changed the weather down to 15. Yeah, let's get going then. Tyre warmer's on. I want to see if they've changed it. Yeah, everyone at work. Yeah, there's only 12 people left now. No problem, mate. I'll do whatever test you want. I just want to see if they have changed the tyre pressures to make it make any difference, but I haven't seen anyone say they do. Tyre pressures. So when it's cold, you want... Shall I put more in, or shall I see what it's like cold first? Let's try the default meta setup of really low pressures first. See what temperatures these reach after one lap. Tyre warmers are on. And then we'll see if it makes any difference if you bump the pressures up like in ACC. I don't think it will make any difference, because I haven't heard anyone say anything about the pressures changing, but we'll see.
We've got cold brakes all round.
We'll do one lap. See what the temperatures are at the end.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 37 Celsius.
I definitely feel more at ease driving the Porsche because I'm used to how it drives. But it's definitely not the quickest car for me at the moment. But see what I mean about it being a little bit sketchy?
15 Celsius.
Fuck. There goes that test out of the water. We'll try again. Right. We'll try and do a little test. Let's ignore that. As to what temperature these tyres get to after one clean lap. Oh, God. Still want to drive it hard, though, to stress the tyres. Just want to see if the pressures make a difference now or not. Don't think they will. Let's just try not to crash. Yeah, see, I don't know. No one's mentioned anything about it. All you did before was just left them on as low as pressure as you could get and just let the game take care of it, but you've got the option to change pressures, so it must make a difference. Or eventually it will make a difference. So it never used to. Take it a little bit easier through there so I don't die. It's not a great test of the tyres with the long straights here, but at least we'll see if there's any difference. We'll do it at the same time, so as we go over the start-finish line. So they look like being 25.5 front, 26.3 at the back. And this track is set to cold, so what you would do in ACC is you would bump the pressures up. I'm not going to put them up all the way. How high do they actually go? Holy shit. We won't put them up that far. Oh, and in case you didn't know, any toggle switch in here, if you left click it changes it by 1. If you right click it changes it by 10. Just in case anyone didn't know that. I'm going to change them to 30 and on the rear. Alright. Everything else is the same. Oh god, yeah, look at... Oh, I wasn't reading temperature, was I? I was reading pressure. Damn it. I didn't know what they were. I might have to do the first test again. I didn't read the temperature. So this is a really cold track, and I'll now bump the pressures up by quite a lot. Just don't die. Oh, they're heated up much quicker. So maybe they have changed it. Right, I'll try and get the temperature reading this time. The middle of the tyre is what I'm interested in. Temperature of the middle of the tyre. I want to go past this green wall. Right, so 70, 65, 76, 70. 70, 65. Let me just put that somewhere. 70, 65, 70, 65. What did I say? 76, 70, wasn't it? 76, 70. Okay. So, that was with bumping the pressures up. If I go... put them back down to where they were. Because that's where we're told to run the game now. With as little pressures as possible. We'll see what temperatures these are. Oh, I've just covered up chat. That's not really intelligent, is it? There we go. Soft tyres does that as well, Motorhead. So if you want a qualifying lap, you always want to use soft tyres qualifying, but I don't think you can in GT3s. I think you've only got the option of medium and hard. Hey Phil, thanks sir. Just having a little first look at different features. Just trying to see if they've changed the tyre model for pressures now. Well, we didn't die. So what were they? 73, 73, 68, 75, 73, 6. Yeah, no difference at all. Absolutely no difference. So sticking the pressures up doesn't make any difference to the heat of the tyres in cold weather. That's a shame. Yeah, I mean... I was hoping they'd have that in here, because otherwise, what's the point of being able to change your tyre pressures? I don't even know whether you're supposed to get into the window of 27 to 30. 27 or whatever. I've no idea. Let's put them up something stupid. This car should be undrivable. I just want to see if it affects the heat of the tyres. Look at these pressures now, 37. Yeah, could be, could be. But you'd expect to see some difference after one lap. I wasn't seeing any difference at all, not in temperature. I mean, you should see these temperatures go through the roof. But I have a feeling you won't. I have a feeling they'll be exactly the same. It doesn't actually feel any different to drive, in all honesty. Doesn't seem to stop as quick, which I suppose you'd expect. I'll have to do some more testing on this. Not now. Oh, I think I'll do a pretty thorough test. Because in all honesty, with the pressures at 25 and 37, you should feel a massive difference driving wise, and I'm not feeling it. There's no difference in temperature. So I don't think the pressures do anything yet. Certainly don't affect the temperature of the tyres. Okay, so stopping power. Stopping power is the only thing I've noticed. I don't notice anything about cornering or anything, so I would say they've done nothing with the pressures at the moment. So to me, whether you have the pressures all the way up or all the way down makes zero difference. Absolutely zero difference. Which is a bit of a shame. Do 3 laps. Pick a shorter track. Let's pick a shorter track. Choose a different car as well. What's the shortest track? 4.9. I don't really know that one too well. I don't know. 5.4. 7, 5, 4.5, 6. I suppose the Sebring short course would be the shortest. 3.7, 4.9, 5. Can I remember the school course though? I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. And what car? What car? Mustang or the Aston? Let's go in the Mustang. Right, so tyre warmer's on. Let's do the first one. This is set to... No, I want it set to really cold. Let's put it down to 10 degrees. That's really cold. Can't remember which. It'd be nice if you could change all of these. So I can't remember what the weather was set at in practice. Right. Let's go. So it's set at 10 degrees. I'm going to do 3 laps around the Sebring school course. It's the shorter course I could find. I've got to try and remember it. So we'll use the coach Dave. We'll go for enough fuel for... We'll do 3.3 again. Pretty sure, yeah, you can only do medium. Let's run them. Let's lower pressure as you can to start with. All right, 3.3 laps. And we'll go and just drive 3 laps, see what they are. Nearly went the wrong way out of the pits. That wouldn't have been a good start, would it? Nice handy, because my overlay for the full track map doesn't give it to you until you've done a valid lap. So let's see if it makes a difference handling or anything,
temperature's
really.
rising. It's now 24 Celsius.
Yeah, just do some cleanish laps. I didn't feel much difference in the handling in the Porsche, and you'd have thought of blowing those tyres up to, what was it, 37? Should have made a huge difference to the handling, but it didn't.
We need to get some heat into these brakes.
It's still as bumpy as ever. Woof woof, Necro. This is not the track you want to be on when you need a piss. I can tell you that for nothing.
Air temperature's falling. It's now 10 Celsius.
Yeah, right, Necro. Just doing a little, quick little test on pressures, see if they've changed anything with the pressures. I don't think they have. God, I wish I'd have picked a less bumpy track.
Stop requested. Pit crew's ready.
Should be able to do one more lap. I think that one's different, isn't it? The timing one. The timing HUD down the bottom left.
Sector 3 is 0.50 off your best.
I don't remember it looking like that before.
Sector 1 is quick. Sector 2 time is good.
In the dusting. Necro, you're going to have to get it at some point, or you'll be the only person driving on ACC. Oh, we didn't quite get the lap in. Right, so those temperatures, 60. So when I stopped, 60, 60, 62, 60. And they're only at 25 pressure. So call it 60 near enough. So if we go up this, we're going up by 30. What was the maximum? It goes up to 70. Let's go half. Right, so this is up 35. Everything else is the same. Same fuel, same everything. Let's see if it makes a difference. It'll also have my lap time there as well. Yeah, I like AMS too, but the trouble is, it's just not getting the player base. Look at the AMS2 races on LFM. 1, maybe 2 splits at best. Just no one seems to want to play it. I don't know why. I really like it. But then you get this, and you can have 40, 50 splits in a GT3 race. I don't like the names on the dashboard, I must admit, on the top of the dash. I don't like that. See, look, these tyre pressures are plus 5 psi. It should make a massive difference to the handling. And they should heat up much quicker. I don't think it makes any difference at all. I'm not feeling any difference in the handling whatsoever. Absolutely no difference to the handling. So I don't think that it makes any difference at all. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, so this one makes no difference to the pressures. So you can put the pressures to whatever you like. There is no difference in the handling at all. I mean, this shouldn't handle anywhere near as the same as with 25 psi in the tyres. And it handles exactly the same.
Pit crew is ready.
Zero difference. See, exactly the same. You can feel that there's weight there, Francisco, yeah. But it's a nice heavy feeling, if that makes sense.
That was
it's very, very drivable.
3 years, 0.6 off your best.
But yeah, certainly zero difference in handling. So although the option is there in game, it doesn't make any difference. Which is why
Sector 1 time's okay.
You were told just to leave it on the lowest value before. And I think that's the same at the moment. Just leave it on the lowest and just ignore it. Because it makes zero difference.
Sector 2 is a 10th off your best.
I won't be, no, but next Thursday in Bongo Warriors, they are doing the Porsche Cup at Kyle Army, and I will be in that one. And we ran out of fuel. So we ran out of fuel quicker. That's interesting. That's the only difference, is we ran out of fuel quicker with the higher pressures. No difference to temperatures, no difference to handling. But you ran out of fuel quicker. So it used more fuel. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing the practice. No. No, I'll be just straight into the race next week. That should be interesting because a lot of people wouldn't have driven the Porsche Cup cars. Yeah, enjoy. Especially if you've never driven the actual Porsche before. I mean, they are comparable, but the Porsche Cup car is a handful in ACC. It is a handful. No ABS. No traction control, I believe. So you've just got to be smooth on your throttle and braking. Yeah, I quite like the Cup cars. They're hard to drive, but what is the time now? 1:45. So unless you want to see anything else, I don't really think there's much else I can test in this. We've seen all the cars. We've seen how they sound. I've already worked out that the Porsche is the hardest to drive, but feels the quickest. Sounds the worst. The Mustang seems to be the quickest for me to drive. Pretty easy to drive. And the Aston is easy to drive. Not quite as quick as the Mustang, which we proved on the straights, where the Porsche topped out at 167, the Aston was 169, and the Mustang was 171, I think. So, yeah, no surprises in them. Yes, the cold tyres model has been changed. It's much easier to steer coming out of the pits. Much easier to steer on cold tyres. As for the rest of the tyre model, nothing's changed. Keep the pressures as low as possible. Makes no difference at all. Yeah, and we'll look forward to the next update. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Smash that like button. When will I be on next? I don't know. Tuesday. I may well be on tonight, or even some point later today. Probably tonight. I'll probably do some LMU dailies tonight. Yeah. If I do, be around about 8ish, but I'll put up a thumbnail so you all know. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you learnt a lot. Like that. Cheers. See you, everyone. Bye.